Hello everyone, this is Elmar Kundangan. Ngayong araw ay mag-interview tayo ng ilang administrators upang mas maintindihan natin kung paano nga ba ang pangangasiwa in terms of finances and resources ng isang paaralan. Again, good day. This is Elmore again for an interview with private school administrators. So, for us to understand the private school funding and resources. So, now I have here our President, Mr. Romeo De La Rosa, and our Vice President for Finance, Mr. Jeremiah De La Rosa. So, they will be the resource speaker for our exploration in terms of managing of finances and resources in school or private school. So, thank you po sa pagpapaunlak po ng inyong...
Welcome. Very much welcome.
Opo. So, konting kwentuhan lang po ito regarding lang po ito doon sa mga finances and resources po na atin pong paaralan. So, first question will be, ano po yung current status po natin in terms of, ano po yung current status ng atin pong school in terms of finances and resources po? Anyone can answer.
So as of now, quite stable naman tayo. No, syempre on the side, alam naman natin syempre right now yung situation sa mga government subsidies. So meron tayong talaga na may gap. Pero right now, syempre, nagagawa naman natin ng paraan. And nagpo-project naman kasi management for that.
So nabanggit po ni Sir Jeremiah yung mga government subsidies or mga government aids. So can we enumerate po kung ano po yung mga nare-receive po natin from the government as financial aid po?
Basically, ang ating financial resources sa college natin ay, of course, tuition fees. No? Other fees, miscellaneous fees, and we have some income from selling textbooks. No? However, as mentioned by Sir Jeremiah, our students are subsidized by the government. So we have our senior high school with 17,500 voucher. Those were coming from public and 14,000 coming from private schools. That's how the senior high school is being sustained. And then we have our diploma program. This is a 3-year diploma program under TESDA. So actually, the 3-year diploma program scholarship is under UAQTEA. And it is supposed to be managed by Unifas board. But now it is handled through TESDA. So TESDA ang nagka-facilitate yan sa atin. So we have 3-year diploma program. And then we also have short programs under TESDA. These are called TWSP, no? Training for Work Scholarship. So iba-ibang programs. We have at least 14 programs which is focused on tourism, IT, and accounting. No? So meron tayo yan. And we are also serving as an assessment center. It also gives us another resources, no? Kasi may bayad yung, kahit yung ibang mga schools nagpapa-assess sa atin, may mga bayad yan eh. No? So yun, sa bachelor's degree program naman, meron tayong tertiary education subsidy na nung umpisa yan, it started in 2017, 30,000 per sem, no? And then naging 30,000 per sem, 60,000 per year. Hanggang sa naging nabawasan siya ng 2021, naging 20,000 na lang a year. And then itong second semester ng 2023, ginawa nilang 27 a year. So because of the pagbabawas nila doon, of course we have some students who are paying full paying, iba naman partial payment, no? And because the subsidy of the government for the college level, hindi naman enough. Kasi 10,000 lang yung percent. And most of our courses is costing them around 15,000 pataas. So, ang mga bata nagbabayad doon. So, nagko-compensate naman yung subsidy ng bata for college tsaka yung payments ng mga bata through commitment.
So, since nabanggit po natin yung iba't ibang mga resources, so ang ganda po dahil ang dami po pala nating resources in terms of funding. So, we said na may sa senior high school, TESDA courses, and even college. So all around po ay mayroon. And additional po, we are assessment center. Ngayon po, the question is, ano po yung strategy ng paaralan in terms of managing po yung funding from the government and also funding from tuition fee po na binabayaran ng mga estudyante.
So I think sa amin, ang pinaka-main strategy namin is usually talagang active si school as well as yung management sa projections talaga. Kung magkano yung magiging expenses ng school, magkano yung papasok. Kasi very crucial siya for the decision making ng management. And actually, di ba, ang ginagawa natin right now, talagang weekly, nagpo-project tayo. Then titingnan natin ano yung mangyayari for the following week hanggang next month. Then after next quarter, then actually pati yung span ng year, then the following year din actually, pinoproject na natin lahat siya. So, by doing that kasi, kumbaga, alam na natin yung mga supposed to be na babudgetan natin, na ma-manage natin ng maayos yung mga fund na pumapasok sa atin. And on the side, kumbaga, pag nag-project ka kasi, alam mo na yung, let's say, ito, magkakaroon ng gap yung gantong nagagawa na natin agad ng paraan yun before pa mangyari. Kumbaga, hindi tayo nasa receiving end. Nakaka-react agad tayo kung ano man yung ibabato sa atin.
So, yun yung kinaganda, nagiging reactive tayo in terms of finances and resources ng paaralan. Kasi, di ba, we know na medyo mahirap talagang i-manage yung finances, lalo na. Dahil syempre, we have utilities, salaries, and all. And nabanggit ni Sir kanina yung regarding dun sa yung part ng nagbabayad yung estudyante. Pero we know, not all students are paying in full kasi there are selected students.
Partial lang naman yan.
Few students. So, the program, or I mean, the voucher system is really helpful in terms of shouldering the tuition fee of the student. So, aside from the strategy, syempre, ito, mandato na talaga na kailangan gumagawa tayo ng strategies to cope up with managing or yun nga, makapag-manage tayo ng maayos. Ngayon naman, ano pa yung iba kaya nating mga challenges na na-experience in terms of financial or finances and resources ng paaralan?
What made our college different from other colleges, especially colleges and universities dito sa Bulacan and even sa Region 3, no? Sa ibang mga colleges kasi, tayo kasi located tayo sa municipality with no SOC and no look. That made us qualify to the Tertiary Education Subsidy and then diploma program. We don't have any choice kasi we are a recognized government institution in terms of bachelor's program, diploma program, and even the basic education program through the senior high school. No? So wala tayong choice doon. Kumbaga, lahat ng estudyante na magiging enrollees natin will be basically beneficiaries of these subsidies and scholarships. So therefore, kahit meron tayong naka-assign na tuition fee per program, per department, sinusunod natin yon. Kaya lang may subsidy nga ang government doon. So first and foremost, yung subsidy na yan, may sarili namang financial processes ang government that we are following. No? Like, of course, they have the payroll, the students will sign. Then tayo naman sa school, we will liquidate. Whatever it is na sobra, binabalik natin sa ano. Sa end naman ng ating accounting, of course, napakaganda ng ating accounting program. Meron tayong computerized accounting system. So, lahat ng financial report natin and all is na ma-manage natin through the computerized accounting system that we have in terms of the subsidies and scholarship. However, doon naman sa ating mga cash management ng ating cash, kasi may mga nagbabayad partial na cash, full in cash, and so therefore, of course, kasama din yan sa total budget na ginagawa natin every year, as mentioned by Sir Jeremiah. Kailangan talaga mag-project tayo no? Yun nga, what made us different is we have the same system, we have tuition fees of different programs, kaya lang, I think 80%, 70 to 80% of the financial resources are coming from the subsidy and scholarship of the government. Hindi yan madali. Kaya nga nagsisimula itong subsidy and scholarship, we are happy for the students and we are also happy for our college. However, during the middle part na ng implementations, nakakaproblema na sa school sa finances. And the reason for that is, una, one semester lang nade-delay. Tapos hanggang ngayon, 1 year na nade-delay. So there was a time pa na hindi tayo binayaran kaagad for 2 years. So we made, we did something for that. Tapos binalikan tayo, so nabawasan pa. So maraming mga challenges. It is nice to know that there are so many scholars at ating college through the subsidy of the government scholarship. But sa part natin, as running the school, In terms of finances, maraming challenges. So, kapartner natin ng Land Bank. Land Bank is very, very good partner because mararamdaman mo sa kanila that they are very supportive of our college in terms of our financial needs. Kasi ang dami nating needs eh. Like, dumadami estudyante, papagawa tayong building, budget yon. Na? Dumadami estudyante, mag-hire kami ng teachers. Ano na rin naman yon, di ba? Additional na naman yan. Besides, the college is not an ordinary college. The college is really into supporting our people. As much as possible, gusto natin, lahat ng salary bracket ng teachers natin ay more than what other private schools are doing. Actually, our starting salary is more than the minimum, no? And then meron pa tayong incentives na based on the evaluation professionally and growth in terms of number of years. Nag-increase siya by 5 to 10%, no? So, yun ang maganda sa school natin. So lahat ng ito ay minamanage ng paaralan. However, the challenges are, nagbi-meeting ang board, nag-iisip kami ng resources, how can we patch up, sabi nga ni Sir Jeremiah kanina. Meron kasing financial gap kasi nadidelay ang subsidy ng government. So kami, naghahanap kami ng banko, like Land Bank is always with us. Ang nangyari ngayon, through my personal initiative sa Land Bank, nag-initiate ako na tanungin si Land Bank kung pwede bang, alam mo, yung receivable sa government, total government-to-government bank naman yan. Pwede ba namin i-advance yun? Good enough kasi they realize that it will be a good program plus ma-assist pa nila yung mga partner school o colleges like on Ritual. So, hindi lang yan nangyari sa Ritual, kundi sa buong Bulacan. And in some regions now, it's happening. No? So, that's how we manage the challenges in terms of finances. Kung hindi lang madedelay sana ang subsidy ng government, we will be having a very smooth financial management, very smooth financial resources.
So, ang nagiging challenge na po talaga sa atin is yung dating ng pondo. Kasi nga po, we are more into looking forward kasi tayo in terms of the finances na binibigay sa government. Kasi nga po, the heart of the school is to help the students graduate and be successful in terms of their dream job or dream nila mismo. So actually, nasagot na rin yung next question ko.
At saka isa pa, bago ko lang makalimutan na, isa kasi sa priority ng school, kahit kailan dapat hindi na de-delay ang sweldo ng mga employees and teachers. Kaya kami ako of course being CEO and our chairman of course, Sir Jeremiah and the team on the accounting, no? We are making sure na walang gap in terms of payments of salaries and other wages. Sa kabila ng challenges, hindi ito nararamdaman ng mga employees natin.
Sobrang saya po ng employees.
And the punchline ko lang doon is hindi nararamdaman nila yung challenges na ito kasi we were able to manage the finances, the resources of the finances kahit may mga gap. So yun lang, we can consider that as the best practices that we have in our college, considering that we are a private institutions. Hindi naman kasi lahat ng private institutions will be able to give the way we are. Kasi nga tayo talagang priority natin salaries and wages of teachers.
Sobrang ganda po nung sinabi niyo, sir, na syempre, ang una niyo pong alagaan aside from the client is the people na humaharap po sa client. And with that reason po, or with that practice po, nakita po natin na hindi po talaga nahihirapan din yung mga teachers or yung mga staff po natin in terms of wages. Kasi we know some institution ay nahihirapan in terms dito dahil na sa tuition fees sila nakadepende.
Isa pa pala, Sir Elmar, we are projecting on number of students every middle of the year. Kasi nga, the financial resources of every institution is basically based on number of enrollees. Kaya nga nagpo-project tayo. So, every year, nagpo-project middle of the year, nagpo-project na kami. How many students are we going to have next school year? So, kung 5,000 ka ngayon, the chairman is of course requiring us to increase the population by 5%. That is because we want to maintain the financial status of the college. Kasi halimbawa 5,000 ka, bigla ka naging 3,000, babagsak ang financial resources mo. So the main thing dito to strengthen the financial resources is to strengthen the marketing. That's one. Because through marketing, we'll be able to promote the college and get more students to enroll. The more students to enroll, the more financial resources, di ba? We will have.
We will have.
Kaya kami ni Sir Jeremiah, pag umaangat na yung level ng students number, no? We are very happy. Along the side, kapag sumobra na siya ng say 10%, 15%, iniisip ka agad dahil, pwedeng mag-increase ng sweldo. All the financial resources is based on the number of enrollees every school year. So therefore, dapat mga colleges and mga administrators of the different private schools, inaalagaan talaga natin yung number of enrollees per year kasi doon nakasalala yung finances ng paaralan. So, the second thing that we are doing is, halimbawa tayo, these are the number of employees that we have. Ito yung minimum na kailangan nating ma-raise para ma-sustain yung daily expenses natin. Like, salaries and wages, no? Electrical bills, maintenance and all. Pagka nasa-satisfy naman natin yon through a certain number of students, masaya na tayo. Like sa ating college, we have how many buildings? We have 4 buildings at the moment. Big buildings, no? Kuryente pa lang natin, 250,000 na. So there is a ceiling on, say, kami ni Sir Jeremiah, ang projection na basta may 3,000 tayo break even. Tama ba yan, Sir Jeremiah? Pagka sumobra tayo dun, say 3,500, 3,200, 4,000, 5,000, malaki na yung ceiling natin. So malakas yung loob natin na mag-increase ng salary, magpagawa ng mga bagay. Kasi, of course, part of the expenditure natin is yung maintenance ng ating mga facilities. Kamukha ngayon, 10 years na tayo, di ba?
Yes.
So we have repairs ng mga gutter, repainting of the entire building, no? And repairs of the electric fans, the air conditioners, and all these are part of the expenses and projection. Kaya nga, number 1 dyan, secret, dapat laging malaki ang enrollment.
Okay, sir.
We have to maintain that. Yes, we have to maintain that. The finances of every private institution is dependent on the number of enrollees. Unlike the government schools, sustained sila kasi may budget ng government sa kanila. Kamukha sa BSU, no? Ang nagpapasweldo sa karamihan ng teacher nila, if they are regular or permanent, government salary.
Directly.
Hindi kamukha sa atin. Pag may estudyante tayo, may employees tayo. Kung wala tayong estudyante, wala tayong employees. Kung malaki enrollment natin, marami tayong resources. Mapapasweldo natin ng maayos. That's the parameter. That's the logic behind it.
So, andat po pala talagang tingnan in terms of funding and resources po ng paaralan. Kailangan natin tingnan is the number of enrollees na meron.
Yes, and of course, it strengthen the marketing powers of the private institution.
Though, sir, syempre, ang concern naman po natin dito, kahit po, na-mention po natin na not all students are paying the amount. Pero, paano po natin nagagawa na ma-maintain or ma-maintain yung flow ng operation, knowing na hindi naman po lahat na estudyante natin ay nagbabayad nung amount na kailangan bayaran ng estudyante.
Yun nga, the ceiling is more than enough to, I should say, subsidized by it. For example, may certain ano doon halimbawa, say 30% of the population is not paying on time. So, dahil nga malaki yung ceiling natin sa number of students, napapatch up na yon. Okay? So, iniintay na lang natin sila as an additional resources ng finances natin. So, in other words, sa college natin is still manageable. Kasi nga, we don't allow students to stay on the status na hindi na magbabayad. Kasi may promissory note, second promissory note, third promissory note, they have to pay na. So, yung status natin pagdating doon, hindi naman siya napapabayaan. It's still manageable because of the number of students that we have. Pag bumaba yun, I think that situation, bumaba tayo doon sa at least less than what is required for having a break-even, magkakaproblema na yung isang school. So far, ngayon naman, at the moment, since day one of our college, Wala pa tayong
Wala
ganong
pa.
experience.
Hindi pa po na-experience na bumababa
Oo, hindi
pa yung
pa. And we
volume.
don't
I mean,
want that to experience.
bumaba man po, hindi po ganun kalaki yung difference. Tama po. Ganun
Tama,
po yung
tama,
exclusion.
tama.
Okay, so let's move on po doon tayo sa part ng transparency in terms of the tuition fee and government support. So how do we maintain financial transparency in terms of the funds po na nire-receive natin from the government and also with the students? Paano po tayo nagiging transparent sa stakeholders po natin, sa lahat po?
Basically, sa government side, they have this format na may format na sila because kasi kino-COA sila di ba? So, Commission on Audit. Ngayon, yung in terms of scholarship and subsidy yan, manage naman natin yan kasi may format naman sila. In terms of you receive the money, you issue them a receipt, official receipt based on the amount. Then after that, magpapasign ka ng payroll sa mga subsidy, grantees, no? Then ibabalik mo sa kanila, number of students, nakapahigpit nga ng gobyerno, pati mga pirma-pirma, pumapalingulang, ibinabalik pa no? So that is in terms of the subsidies. Pagdating naman sa transparency natin sa mga estudyante, of course, as I have mentioned, we have developed a good system pagdating sa accounting. We have our cashiering, computerized cashiering. We are providing its students the statement of accounts every month. So, doon nalalaman natin kung tuition fee ng bata for a certain course. Tourism is to 25,000 this semester. Nagbayad ang bata ng down payment. Nagbabayad sa monthly. So, monthly nakikita niya yung statement of accounts. A copy of the statement of account, binibigay natin sa bata. Kaya nga, both ways na. Both ways siya. Halimbawa, merong hindi na i-enter doon, pupunta yung bata sa cashier, sasabihin, ay, nagbayad po ako last time, hindi po naka-enter dito. So, naitatama natin. That's a very good system that we have. Besides, through the statement of accounts, naiiwasan nga yung mga tanong-tanong, nagbayad naman ako, bakit nandito? On the side naman ng school, sinasabi naman ng bata, nagbayad, wala naman doon sa statement of accounts niya.
So nakita
both
naman
ways.
po.
Yeah. Both ways. So transparent talaga. Na? And pagdating sa subsidy ng government, we always have our orientation to the students on how much is the subsidy, who are qualified to be subsidized, because subsidy is for more on validation. So, pagdating sa transparency, ganoon tayo. And then, each institution, of course, is required to submit a record in terms of requesting for the increase of tuition fees every year yan. No? Nakamukha ngayon, sa CHED programs are only allowed to increase by 2.8%. Sa kanila kasi malaki na yan, no? Sa institution, di yun, yun, katuldok lang yun. No? Pero sa DepEd, we are allowed to increase until 10%. Pero ang na-approve natin ay 7% lang. I think 7%, no? 7%. Sa TESDA naman, we are not working on the increases kasi most of our program are scholars. So, wala tayo talaga. Ilan lang yung pay natin, yung first year natin. That's how we are transparent. We are transparent to the government because they have their forms and requirements and all to be submitted to them. They are checking on us. They are auditing us, And in terms of transparency to the students, we have a statement of accounts. We provide them statement of accounts every month, considering that one of the best frontliner course of the college is BS Accountancy. BS Accounting Technology. No? And so we are coming up with business accounts. So that's our frontline. So we make sure that through the statement of accounts, there is always a transparency. And of course, through consistent meeting with the parents, we always inform the parents of what's going on and what's happening in the school, especially with finances. Because through that, we'll be able to let them get acquainted with what is going on, with all the subsidies, and magkano yung babayaran nila. Para alam din ng mga magulang. Kasi mahirap naman yung bayad sila ng bayad, hindi na alam para saan binabayad yun. At bakit sila magbabayad na. So, we will have to inform them. We have to inform them, we have to meet them through orientation and meeting. So, I believe transparency in every institution, whether it is educational institution or company or whatever, transparency is very, very important.
Opo. Tunay po na sobrang important po nung transparency and commendable po yung atin pong practice since we release or nagbibigay po tayo lagi ng mga statement of accounts sa estudyante every now and then. Yun po yung napakaganda. Kasi syempre, hindi po isang beses. Kapag isang beses lang kasi binibigay, medyo nakakalimutan ng bata na ito pala yung obligation or responsibility ko. So napakaganda pong effort nun for ritual colleges na every month nare-remind din natin yung bata na ito yung obligation ko so that hindi rin po naiipon yung kailangan po nilang isettle. Then, move na po tayo dun sa part ng in terms of raising funds po ng paaralan. So, aside from tuition fee, the financial aids po from the government, ano pa po kaya yung effort ng school in terms of raising of funds para po sa operation?
Okay. At the moment, wala tayong other resources of funds. No? The only thing is when we put up our scholarship foundation. The scholarship foundation naman is founded because kahit na may mga subsidy ang ating mga estudyante, marami pa rin estudyante walang pamasahe, hindi kumakain, papasok dito, nahihilo kasi hindi pa rin nag-breakfast and all. So, yung iba naman talagang walang ibabayan, like anak ng mga labandera and all. With our vision to make education possible for everybody, nag-put up tayo ng scholarship foundation. Now, we are getting benefactors and we encourage our benefactors to at least share 25,000 per semester, per year. Na? Per year, 25,000 per year in support of the students. So, at the moment, we have 700 scholars from all, across all departments. However, we are only limited to benefactors that we have at the moment. So, we have to strengthen our campaign to get more benefactors so that we can finance the scholars that we have at the moment. So, I think that's the only thing that we have in terms of fundraising or... And it is tantamount naman to saying na may mga libro tayo na binibili sa mga different publishing houses, no? And that is a minimal resources din ng atin o source of funds natin. Kasi nakakakuha tayo din ng percentage. Like for example, bibigyan nila tayo ng say 15% discount. So, or 25% discount. That is very minimal kasi bihira lang naman tayo magbili ng libro. But that is really very, 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 very minimal. And other things like our event center is for rent, no? Wedding, any kind of programs, rally or whatever. So we are making sure that they are paying at least a minimum of 10,000 per rent. So at least that is an additional resources of funds. No? However, we are planning to put up a ritual hotel, which I believe will give us more financial assistance and resources. Kasi halimbawa, mayroong conference dito gagawin sa event center. Doon na rin sila mag-check-in sa hotel ng Ritual. Di ba? Napakaganda nun. Plus, mga estudyante pa ang mag-serve. Kasi practicum ng mga estudyante, OJT. So, we're hitting 3 birds with 1 stone. And that will also give an additional income. Kasi meron tayong bread and pastry, na. Pangarap namin ni Chairman magkaroon tayo ng sarili nating mga parang coffee shop na tatawaging Ritual Coffee Shop, na mag-earn tayo ng extra income tapos yung mga estudyante natin na-trade pa natin doon. We're also planning to put up our own cafe here at inside the campus. Yeah.
Sige po. So, next question po is, what are the approaches of the school or what are the approaches the school are using to ensure the long-term sustainability of their finances? Yung paano po natin napapatagal pa yung mga finances natin. So, nabanggit na po yung regarding din sa support from land bank, yung support from yung atin pong finances from the benefactors.
I think Sir Jeremiah will be able to answer that kasi ang isa sa mga secret namin ay nagsisave siya. Pag nag-uusap kami, okay, save na itong 10 million na to. Kasi hindi tayo masusustain kung walang savings ang school. Kahit na nagbabayad tayo ng loan natin. Tama ba, Sir Jeremiah? We need to save 10 million per month, no? Di ba, no? Magsasave tayo ng 10 million for our expenses monthly. So kapag nakakaipon kami ng 20 million or 30 million, ibig sabihin nun, sustain tayo for the next 3 months. That's how we project in terms of sustainability. In a regular basis, na. Now, in a wider scope basis naman, yun nga, as I mentioned a while ago, an institution, a private institution, will be financially stable and sustainable based on the number of students. Yun dapat ang hindi
Talaga
pababayaan.
approach niya.
Yeah, yun talaga. Kasi ano talaga yan. That's the reason why when we are talking with a group like finance group, finance group, marketing group, and my office, when we talk about it, talagang we are focusing on the marketing side. We are investing to our partners. Okay? How do we sustain? We invest to our partners. Like, lahat ng public school, we are partnering with them because they are the main source of our students number, no, population. Partnering with all the private schools na hindi nag-o-offer ng ino-offer natin, na. And then partnering with all the barangay officials. So that yung mga hindi nakakapag-aral, mapag-aral natin sa region. So those are sustainable strategies na ginagawa natin para ma-maintain natin yung number of students. Kamukha ngayon, the chairman is talking to me about how many students do we project for senior high school since we already have 1,300. Ang sagot ko naman is 2,000. So if we have 2,000, that's more than enough. But if we sustain the 1,500, that's good enough. But if we maintain the 1,300, that is, in terms of sustainability, that is break-even.
Opo.
Okay. Pagdating naman sa college, we are projecting sa team namin ng 2,000, no? 2,000 naman sa college. So if that's 2,000, sustain tayo. If we 2,500, more than sustain. Kapag bumaba yan ng 1,500, break-even tayo. So, in terms of sustainability, yun ang mga hindi natin pinababayaan. Yun ang tinututukan natin ng 200%. Okay? Second, we support our people. Because the heart of marketing are our people. Like the teachers, our personnel, in terms of giving services to our clientele. No? So, kapag na-maintain natin yung high standard na yon and level of satisfaction for clients, then therefore, effective yung marketing natin. If the marketing is effective, the population will increase, we will be having a financial sustainability. And we are always projecting in the future. Ako nga, bilang CEO nyo, lagi kong binibilang how many assets do we have? Diba, no? Sir, lagi ko siya tinatanong, ano na ba ang ano natin? Value, no? Number one, we already have our brand. Ritual is already a brand. Brand will, brand that's a certain amount. Like say, brand ni Ritual sa ngayon, siguro mga 300 to 500,000, no? Ang asset niya, no? Plus, we have 4 buildings, so tigwa 100 million ang isa, so nakikita natin yan, na kahit tayo naglo-loan sa banko, which also one way of sustaining us financially, the trust that these banks has for Ritual is something. I think yung tiwala, integrity that we were able to develop for the last 10 years, that gains trust from our partner banks, no? That also gives a big percentage for how we are sustaining, how we manage to sustain our finances all these years and in the future to come. So yun lang, strategy, maintaining the integrity of the college, and maintaining the brand and the level of excellence that we are offering our people, and it will give us a great number of students. And we have great number of students, we have great financial resources, and we have great financial resources, then there is 100% sustainability today to the future.
Napakaganda po nun, sir, nung binanggit niyo na, yun nga, babalik naman ako dun sa point na mataas yung estudyante, mataas yung finances. Pero, ang isa pong masasabi ko doon is, sabihin, napakaganda po nung marketing po ng Ritual Colleges. Kasi po, we're able to sustain the number of students and increase even little by little. So, napakaganda po ng program natin when it comes to that.
Bago ka lang makalimutan, Sir Almar, no? Kasi kami nagpo-project kami kasi laging magka-partner. Kung there are so many challenges in terms of scholarship and subsidy, ano pa yung resources na pwede natin gawin? So ngayon, binubuo natin yung digital financial housekeeping na i-offer natin to sa mga short programs, say 10 days. I-offer natin sa mga bookkeeper, sa mga graduates ng accounting na kulang sa digital knowledge about accountancy. And then we have developed a software. Okay, actually, bago ko nakalimutan, yung software natin, nag-earn na din ng malaki yan to sustain our, And we have clients like Jollibee and all, mga cooperative. So madami na. This is also a great resources na. We are doing programs to elevate the sustaining power of the college. Kamukha ngayon, we have projection for the next 2 years. Aside from the digital financial housekeeping na yan, we are also developing all the programs that we have for short programs, like we will be offering short programs for cookery, no? Commercial cooking, baking, housekeeping, FBS. Aside from the regular finances or resources that we have, this will sustain us in the future, no? And progressive to. We have 2-year projection, 3-year projection, 5 years projection. Nakapag na-reach natin to yung level na to. And we are also excited that we are into moving towards offering online classes. Okay? So sa online classes kasi, tipid tayo sa building construction, pero malaki ang financial, ano tawag doon? Inflow natin, no? For example, if I'll be having 1,000 online students, paying, say, 30,000 a year, that is actually equivalent to 30 million. That's how we count on mine, no? In millions.
Ang bilis.
And the financial resources will be increased. Kasi hindi tayo nagpagawa ng building. We only invest to the people. Kaya nga ang gagawin namin, may mga faculty tayo na nakafocus lang sa online classes. May mga faculty tayo nakafocus sa face-to-face. May mga faculty na nakafocus dun sa both face-to-face at the same time hybrid program. So ganun siya. The way we project in terms of sustainability, it is not enough to go through a regular routine lang yearly. Kasi pagka yun lang, walang mangyayari sa buhay mo.
Parang tulog po ang paaralan.
Yeah, tulog ka financially. And besides, when an institution is growing, you also have to grow in terms of financial resources. You have to create programs that will give you additional financial resources. I think that's the best secret that we have at Richwell.
Actually, sir, my last question will be the recommendation. The recommendation niyo po sa katulad po natin na paaralan na private school na they are na mamumroblema in terms of finances and resources. Ano po kayong best practices or ano po kayong recommendation yung ma-i-share nyo sa kanila para po maging tulad po sila ni Richwell na striving kahit po alam natin na may mga concern tayo in terms of finances. Ano po yung may advice? Sige po, from accounting muna, from finances muna.
Sa akin, inline rin sa finance nga, kumbaga, yung school, kumbaga sustain natin yung high quality talaga ng education, then facilities. Siyempre yan kasi yung talaga ng mga bata. So siyempre kapag nandun yung high quality na yun, siyempre lahat willing to pay, as well as si government rin willing to support din yung school. And afterwards, hindi lang sapat yun, siyempre ang next doon yung back end mo, meaning yung financial projections mo and yung financial controls mo. Supposedly, lahat ng pumapasok, lumalabas talaga, dapat talaga control natin.
Yeah. So ang tawag doon, Sir Jeremiah, dapat natututo rin magtipid ng resources ang isang paaralan. Hindi lang basta gastos lang ng gastos. Na? I believe yung monitoring ng electrical. Tayo talaga electrical. Okay, may metro tayo. So, monitoring of our expenses is very important. So, sabi nga lagi ni Chairman, we will be spending if it is needed. But we will not be overspending. No? We will not be doing this overspending. And then with what Sir Jeremiah is telling us is, of course, every institution must have a very excellent financial housekeeping. Kaya yung mga school dyan, kung kailangan nyo ng magandang financial housekeeping, sir, promote mo na kami. Ha? We can assist the private institutions in terms of having this computerized accounting system. We have a software.
So yun, yung software.
We are offering sa mga schools. Mamamonitor ng mga school owners yung Nasa na ba yung pera nila? Magkano pumasok sa bangko? Magkano na? And all. Napakagaling nito, sir. Please.
Opo.
Don't pronounce.
Ano po yan? Number one na best practice sa ritual is
Yes.
having their own accounting system na ginagamit na hindi tayo na bumibili eh. Meron tayong sariling ginawa para magamit natin at nagiging working talaga siya. Ibig sabihin, na-monitor talaga siya. And yun nga, tulad ng binabanggit niyo, sir, you are willing to share this to other school, pero syempre with minimal,
Of course, I have to pay.
That's part of business and part of raising funds
The
for
second
students.
suggestions that I have in line with what Sir Jeremiah is telling us is, I think every private institutions like ours must have a very strong accounting department. Kasi pag sinabi yung accounting department, lahat na yan. Collections, ushering, paying, disbursement, spending, and all. They need to strengthen that. And they cannot strengthen it if they only have the cashier. Karamihan ng mga friends ko na naluluga yung eskwelahan, inaasa sa cashier. Yung cash flow, na payments ng ganito, checking ng ganito, and all, ayun. Karamihan nagsara na. So, ang suggestion ko sa ating mga private institutions, make sure that you have a very good accounting program or financial accounting department, no? That will sustain your the management of your finances and all. Thirdly, ang gusto ko sanang i-suggest, we train our leaders not just to become educators and leaders. We train them to be administrators. What's the difference? Meaning, kamukha ko, I am a CEO. But at the same time, I have the marketing ability. So, an administrator is not just a leader, but he has to be a marketing person. Nagpo-project na siya. Karamihan ng mga... I'm sorry, I have been the president of the Bulacan Private Schools Association in general, now in region and other, in the national level. No? But what I'm trying to share with these people, especially the administrators, is it's not enough to know to run a school alone as an educator, a leader. But more than that, every administrator should learn to have the ability and the power to become a marketing person. Kasama dun yun eh. Because if the administrator is both a leader and an accounting person, a marketing person, masusustain niya yung school. Hindi siya magtatanong, hala, paano tayo mabubuhay? Hala, saan tayo kukuha ng pera? Kasi na-project na niya dahil marketing person siya.
That supports, sir, yung sinabi niyo na na kailangan maraming estudyante.
Yeah.
So, kasi totoo po yun eh.
If the principal is just focused on papers,
academics
documents, academics, walang magaganap. No?
So, napakaganda po na kailangan flexible talaga.
Aside from the accounting department, dapat priority ng institution yung marketing department. We learned it from the chairman because he is from Chowking and Jollibee. Chowking and Jollibee is spending 5% of their income for marketing. Diba? Mga commercials and all. That's what I've learned from the chairman. Managing PVC Sandham School and Ritual Colleges Incorporated at the same time, pag nakasustain kami noon, noong umpisa nahihirapan kami kasi takot kami mag-spend. Tarpaulin na, tama na to. Hindi pala ganon. We have to strike. Kasi may 5% kaming kinukunan ng budget. Talaga. Kasi ang balik ng 5% na yun is 100%.
Investment
diba?
po talaga ang
investment talaga
pagpapatakbo ng paralan at pag-finance.
The college priority or an institution, private schools and colleges, number one, top priority in terms of line-up of priorities is marketing. There should be a marketing group or department in the college. Yun.
Kailangan po talaga holistic na yun. Flexible and may nakatao, nakadesignate na tao doon na yun talaga yung trabaho niya para ma-workout. Plus, the effort of all other leaders and even people around. The whole population should know how to market eh.
And even the aspect of excellence na binanggit ni Sir Jeremiah kanina. No? dapat may monitoring ang mga administrators, ang mga institutions. Where are we heading to? Dapat laging merong ganun. Where are we heading to? May vision. Ang vision hindi natatapos sa isang taon, 2 taon. Every year, you are sustaining the vision. Yeah. Sustain the vision and all. Then, after that, of course, yung pagpapahalaga mo sa mga tao mo. The way to sustain is to give importance to your people. Tayo, number 1 priority ni Rachel are its people. No? I mean, tao natin. Employees natin. Because we don't consider them
As
employers,
employee,
employees. No? We consider them as our family members, co-workers, co-ministers, because we will not be put into the reality of vision mission. Yan. Lastly, of course, to our friends in the private institution, always focus on defining your existence. Why are you here? I believe we are not only here for business or to earn, but we are here to make a difference in the lives of youth who are dreaming to be successful. Not just to finish college, but to be successful. Always focus on that. And I believe through your vision and mission of your different institutions, you will be guided accordingly. God bless. Thank you, Sir Elmar, for the opportunity.
So, maraming salamat po sa
Parang ako na nag-host.
sarap na usapan. Actually po, knowing po nandito rin po ako nag-work, pero ang dami ko pa rin po natututunan kahit po napaka-hands-on po natin in terms of everything. So, sobrang hirap po talaga kasi ng financing eh. Yun po talaga.
Alam mo, sa totoo lang, yan ang maganda. Kaya pag kayo nagdo-doctoral talaga, that's the blessing of pursuing doctoral level, no? Kasi kamukha nito, ang mga sabi mo nga, no, magkakaroon tayo magkakasama, pero ngayon mo lang nare-realize na through the questionnaire that you made, ito pala si Rachel.
Yes. Actually,
Diba?
napaka-onti lang ng information ko, pero sobrang lawak pa pala na mga kailangan malaman. And again, thank you po doon po sa mga insights po at sa mga information na sinare niyo sa akin. And this information po will be actually a training already for me. Dahil nga po, dito po sa ginagawa po natin, dito sa paralan, even doon sa pinag-aralan ko po na subject or sa course po na kinukuha ko, this is a great help po for me. Hindi man po ako magpatakbo na sarili kong paaralan.
Sino ang teacher mo?
Si Sir Joey Cabigaw po.
Sir Joey, Doc Joey, pag kailangan mo ng resource person, just let me know. I'm always invited to be a resource person sa yung State College sa Pampanga, Dabsu. Yeah, the former regional director Dr. Abuan is always inviting me to be a resource person, especially sa HR, managing people and all. Ayun, nag-volunteer ako, sir.
Babanggitin ko rin po yan kay Sir if ever para po ma-invite kayo lalo na sa
For sure, panonoorin niya to.
Inset po. So yun po. So again, thank you. Again, we have here our President, Mr. Romeo De La Rosa. Again, thank you. And our Vice President for Finance, Mr. Jeremiah De La Rosa. So thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Sir Elmar, the future doctor
Thank you
of our college.
God bless po.
God bless you.